Now then, 4 o'clock, Friday. It feels weird, doesn't it? We got bumped.
We did, didn't we?
Got bumped.
So, some of us have got things to do on a Friday night today.
Yeah, not us though.
No.
Right, Stephen Howson, Jay Motty, Andy Tate, Howson's Brew. In its new slot now, Fridays, 4 o'clock. We'll have a quick look at what's gone on in the week.
Yeah, why not?
And a bit of a preview of the weekend. Because we're going to be doing the Paddock podcast, is going to be me, Jay, Joe, and Adam McCullough, maybe, if he decides to remember that he works here. And we'll be covering everything on a Monday afternoon with us four.
Yeah. Today, basically, seen what we're doing and thought we'll get good on that.
What's the best slot? Oh, Monday at 4.
Monday
Do you know why it's the best slot?
Yeah. Because we made it.
This is why it's the best slot.
Exactly.
So we've been bumped to Friday at 4.
Well, the joke's on them because all we're going to do on Monday is what we normally do and talk about that game for an hour with them two sulking.
Thank you for my mug, Jay.
Thank you, Miss Man United, who made it for you.
This is the first brew we've done with my new mug.
It is.
I think it is.
This is the first one, man.
I think we should sell these.
I think they
let me know in the comments.
I think they may be copyright issues.
In a 1991. Let's be real. If it's not Clayton Blackmore, who else is buying one of these? It's me and him, innit? Or you lot, maybe. So let me know in the comments if you'd fancy one. All right, Andy.
I'm okay, mate. I'm okay, gents.
Where'd you watch that game?
I was 16 years old and I was severely drinking at my mum and dad's house.
Drinking.
And I had school next day. Yeah, I was, like I say, I was smashed. 16 years old, school next day. Mind you, it was my leaving year, so I only had a week or two left. So,
did you?
Yeah.
Mate.
Did it feel like it was the most pivotal moment in the history of Manchester United?
Did you think like, wow.
At that moment, yeah, until we won the treble in '99, because
then it went level with that. Yeah,
it went level with that. But the Cup Winners' Cup, yeah, because I knew all about the history during the '80s of Europe and European nights, like say Barcelona, Maradona, playing Juventus and all that before the Heysel ban. And we were one of the first teams to be allowed back in Europe. I think who else was it with it? I can't remember that. I know we played Wrexham along the way during that season.
In that year? Actually, because I mean, not that I read up on this.
I think it was Villa.
Time,
Villa.
Who won the cup in that? Who won the League Cup in '91?
The League Cup?
Oh no, it wasn't the League Cup.
It was the FA Cup, wasn't it? So the night.
Was it not Arsenal?
We lost to Sheffield Wednesday '91.
Who won the league in Arsenal? Was it '90? Arsenal. Or was it the Scousers?
Scousers won it in '90.
Arsenal.
So it was us and Liverpool that was first teams back in.
No, Liverpool had an extra.
It was Arsenal.
It was just us.
Yeah, it was just us and
because Liverpool had an extra year. Yeah. So it was just us that went in.
And Arsenal. Yeah. No, sorry, Villa and us. Because Villa finished second.
So they put Villa.
Right. Yeah.
Villa. I'm sure it was. Villa.
No, that makes sense. I think you're right. So it was Villa, yeah, because it was under Graham Taylor, I think.
They finished second.
He was the manager, I think.
I remember watching during I must have been 7-8 years of age, European Cup football. Remember the Battle of Britain? Rangers against Leeds.
Yeah.
Mate, the papers made so much of that. 7-8-year-old Stephen Howson, well impressed, watching it on my black and white 11-inch telly.
That was one of the
Gary
worst.
McAllister after 2 minutes.
That was strike and play.
Didn't Rangers get to the semis that year or something stupid?
Yeah, but it was only 3 rounds. It's like when the Scousers won it loads of times. You won 4 games, sure.
Yeah.
Well, Leeds got a pass, didn't they? Leeds got a pass. They lost to Stuttgart. And
I remember him getting brought
back. Played a play they shouldn't.
Fuck the Europa Conference. What a load of nonsense that is for starters. God. But I would advocate a move back, and they're never going to do it. But I would love it to go back. Love it. Kevin Keegan style, love it to go back to European Cup was the Champions Cup, and you had to win it to be in it. UEFA Cup. Cup Winners' Cup. Because that's when you see some, like the UEFA Cup, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, Norwich was playing these sorts of teams.
I know.
Absolute mentalness. And that's what top about European football. This is like when people go, oh, Fergie should have done better. Well, do you know what? If Fergie had had his 30 years from 2001 onwards, he would have done.
Yeah.
Because he'd have had more rolls of the dice. 10 years of Fergie being at United, probably more actually. Probably more 14 years of his reign. Probably half of his reign at United. You didn't qualify for the Champions League by coming 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Mr. Wenger.
And also, the foreigner rule.
Yeah.
Ryan Giggs is a
When
foreigner.
did they change it?
From Swinton.
I think it was like 2000, 2001 was when you started getting like 2 and 3 in the Champions League.
Yeah,
That was when they expanded it to that weird. Do you remember the two-group thing? That was a one-time.
We
only
went
playoff.
in. I think was it 98, 99. We went through with Arsenal, didn't we?
Yeah, but we finished second.
Runners up, yeah, and we went.
That was the first year.
Yeah,
Ironically.
and we went on to do something that season. I can't remember what. I can't remember what. But
and Arsenal have never done anything in the Champions League.
So then we said 2001. It went to like Leeds got in, didn't it? Then it extended it to 4 teams after 2005.
And well, now with this Europa Conference, utter Blasky boo.
Yeah.
It's like you finish in the top half of any half-decent league in Europe, and guess what, fuckface? You're playing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night.
And loads of teams are going to be like, mate, I was talking about you today, Andy. It's like when we did a podcast, and Andy was like, let's just not go in it in the Europa. Let's just not enter. I was like, if you make it,
It's an option.
You've got to go in,
it's
though.
not. It's not mandatory.
Surely you have to put a team out for it. You can't just say, we're not playing.
No, you don't have to enter the competition. I mean, I don't know of anyone that ever has. There's no precedent for anyone who's gone, no thanks. Because
So
it's
you could legally, like under UEFA guidelines,
you don't
say,
need to enter the FA Cup.
I know that because United didn't do it in 2000, but if you wanted to, you could say about the Europa, we're not an entry.
Can we put the league off? Be
That's
a
it.
proper cup team.
Well,
United
we
are
did
just a
that,
cup
that.
team. You haven't won
Yeah.
the league in years. We didn't enter
We
it.
You
We
can't
didn't
count
enter
that. We entered it less than you have. Mate. Can I just say there's a good point. RIP Paolo Rossi.
Yeah, Italian.
Legend. If you've not seen that game, I know you guys have. If you've not seen Italy versus Brazil, I think it's the '82 World Cup, mate.
Is that the Zico days?
Yeah, like one of the greatest teams ever getting beat by Italy. It's just like ridiculous.
There you go. AC Milan did. They forfeited Europa in 2018. There you go.
Hang on, weren't they banned?
You're right.
Weren't
You
they
could have
banned? I'm sure they were banned.
I don't know. I mean,
Could you please clarify that?
Italian football. Let's just leave it as who the fuck knows.
Yeah, let's not go there. It's gonna be messy.
Like Leo.
Yeah. Don't know though, man. It's just difficult. I mean, I know everyone was losing their mind, and I get it after the other night, Europa. But the funny thing is for me, and I know this isn't very popular, but I'll say anyway. If we get to a point where fans are allowed back in the ground, and we've got Europa League football, people are going to be more up for it because they're back in the stadium, and it's European football. It's midweek football.
Who playing? Don't know.
Don't know. Yeah, but you're
Worth
back
a
in.
fortune on Scrabble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could get Rangers.
You could get Rangers.
Unfinished business.
I'd
for
be
them.
happy days going into just fucking moo at Stevie G. Fucking moo.
Can't get Celtic.
I still don't forgive them for the 2008 parade. That didn't happen.
Yeah, they ruined it.
Because they wrecked our city, didn't they? Because they got beat in the UEFA Cup final.
Piccadilly.
Yeah.
150 metres away.
So, unfinished business.
If you were wondering where we were.
Yeah. Yeah. People will be writing that down now. Someone's going to be working
Listen,
out.
we're in
from
Piccadilly.
For our
Just
little
start hollering.
Yeah.
Hello.
From our little clues that we give away. We'll find where they are. We'll get them.
I remember Janine, because the missus doesn't really give a fuck about football. Although she started to have more since we have a football team.
Yeah.
But I remember she was like, why is there loads of people asleep on the floor?
It's mad,
like, what do you mean? Where? Like across town. I was like, homeless people. And she was like, no, I don't think so. And she was like, I've just had to step over like 100 people in Piccadilly train station. And I was like, oh, it's Rangers fans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was mad that because when I live in Ancoats and there were Rangers fans actually peering through the gardens of people's houses trying to watch the game. Literally knocking on people's windows, I'm asking, can we come in and we'll give you money to watch the game in
On
Ancoats?
telly?
Yeah. My dad told me this because I couldn't believe it. But literally after the telly phased out in Piccadilly, we all know what happened. But it was literally Rangers fans.
Well, for those who
they were
don't,
camping in Phillips Park.
did the telly break?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or was it
The telly broke down.
sabotaged?
Yeah, one of the screens went down, and
So they had a massive screen here in Piccadilly, Mathis screen here in Piccadilly, and it went off or was broken, whatever. It stopped working for some reason, and then Rangers took it really well.
Have you seen that comment?
Jenny says that's fake news. It's not.
That's from Baggers as well.
She's upstairs with me, isn't she? Like, I remember the conversation of you saying I'm stepping over people getting off the train. Why am I arguing with my wife via the means of Baggers and YouTube? Perrier, fuck off. Do you know what? If I was going to make something up, I'm making a more interesting story up about my wife going to work, stepping over people in Piccadilly train station. Get to bed earlier. You got no fucking memory, you dickhead.
I love someone. Was it Sean Drake? I think that said I ritualistically make a brew when this is on.
Good,
I like
that's
that.
what
So
it's
you
about.
should, man. Make a brew. Good lad, join in. Yeah, but I was fuming because we would have had a parade. It would have been amazing, like the '99 parade was, when I was hanging off a street sign. It would have been packed out.
It would have been
And we
eclectic.
couldn't have it because GMP, half of them bitter City fans, were like, "Oh well, no, we can't do it now."
Yeah, because Rangers kicked off.
Yeah, so obviously United
And
celebrating.
no
winning.
one was asked because
Yeah.
it was like asked.
Yeah. And
How many
I-
parades have we been to?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And then it was like, then you look back and you think, that is a shame. Especially when it was like, as soon as City won a trophy, they were like, oh yeah, bringing parades back, yeah. What, City won the FA Cup? Yeah, parade.
Oh man, there was almost 2 deep in places.
Literally dozens of people there.
Literally
yeah.
dozens.
When we won the
I
league.
mean, I didn't
Yeah.
have enough time to count all 60.
We had the parade in 2013 with Fergie winning the league, and that was like one. I could say that was hammered. All
parade,
the way
that.
down to Deansgate.
Cortinas at the town hall.
Yeah, not 19 forever.
You should have. I don't. We got blasé with it. I remember when we got to 19, and I was like, "Oh, it's raining."
I know.
I
19.
still went out.
19.
I still went out. I still went
covered
out.
that.
No, but loads of us did. Everyone was like, "Should we go?" I went to the pub in town instead of going the extra 20 yard to watch the
Yeah.
champions of England come through. Fuck it. Seen it loads.
I remember doing that for the news, covering it, and it was a bit like,
It was a washout.
yeah.
I stood there in the rain and then went to work soaking wet.
Someone's asking, was there a parade in 2009 for number 18? I don't think there was. The only parade I can remember,
Because 2009 wasn't 18, was it? Was it?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
think-
18? Yeah, it would have been.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have been 18. Yeah.
Not 2011.
See, I don't remember
No, 2011 was 19.
because like parades weren't a big issue.
No.
I saw him in the stadium. Why do I need to go anywhere else?
When I was a kid, I think it was 85, was it? Was a parade when I was a kid? Like,
Won the
I was
FA
only 5.
Cup.
Yeah, there was a parade then, wasn't there?
Yeah, I don't know. I
One of
can't
my
remember that,
earliest
but
memories, that.
I remember when was it? We won the double. I remember the World Cup when his cup won in '91. You couldn't get down. You could not get down. I mean, it was a school night. I had to be back home by 10 o'clock.
When was that the day after?
Yeah, the
Oh,
day
it
after.
wasn't the day on,
I
was
had
it?
to be back home by 10.
Yeah.
And I was over 10:15. He fucking came through 20 past
I
10.
didn't go to that one. I've never seen any footage of that or photos of that one either.
There is photos of it from
Might do a
the.
bit
Oh
of
yeah,
a
it's
Google.
fucking mental. I remember it. I waited from 6 o'clock till 4 hours on Deansgate, and nothing was. People selling posters and all that, and people were like drinking, underage drinking. This, that, and the other.
Underage
Like,
drinking.
cans flying. Like, what? Hey, everyone playing here.
Just reading some of the absolute lunatics in the comments. Not my wife. She's gone, I think, now. Nuclear Nadal. Smalling was our best centre-back and we sold him.
Not really buying into that one, being honest.
Well, I'm just
Wasn't our best
plain
centre back,
and
was it?
simply
Really?
not buying into that. Yeah, I don't really remember too much of the parades and all the rest of that sort of stuff because it wasn't really a thing. But yeah, I mean, if I could go back in time, never going home. I remember being in the fountain in Albert Square after 2008 till I don't know what fuck time. I actually, right,
Go on.
I can remember John Terry stepping up. My mate Ben and my mate Farky both turned around and was like flapping. And I was like, he's English. He ain't scoring this. I was really confident.
No, I
or
wasn't.
deluded.
I was crying. I was
Then he
crying.
missed.
Yeah.
Then he scored. Then it was a massive pylon. Can't remember, there was a geezer from your place. Q103. Who would have been covering it at the Palace?
Back, when was this? 2008.
Is it Pickering?
It's after, was it not? Oh, do you know what? I don't know, mate. To be honest with you, it could have been. No, it wouldn't have been Matt. No, I don't know.
Mark what?
No, Matt Haslam was going to say was it him, but I don't think it would have been.
I think you might have been, you know. It was
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a name I've heard of.
Yeah.
Matt Haslam, I've heard the name.
Yeah.
So he was in there. He got piled on.
It wasn't Dan Walker, was it?
No,
It was after him.
I don't know that. I don't know that name. So it was someone I'd heard of.
Yeah.
So
You know Dan Walker off the BBC, surely.
oh yeah, no, it
Yeah,
wasn't him.
right.
Paul Lockett.
So he got piled on anyway because he was standing right behind us. He got an absolute
want you to read that
pile
out
on.
in a
I'm
bit.
going to read it out.
Good lad.
And I remember going out the back exit of the Palace, just singing United songs, just deludedly off our heads. Straight into the fountain. Ben was in the fountain. We got in the fountain. We climbed up the... Is it a Victoria? Yeah, it will be, because it's Albert,
Yeah.
isn't it? So I think it's a Victoria, Queen Victoria statue. Climbed up that, just fucking singing away, going having a fucking mad one. I think we tried to get in O'Neill's. Not a fucking prayer are you getting in any of them. And then, I don't know what happened since.
I'd left because I couldn't go to Moscow. My mate got married in Cyprus. I was his best man. We got back just before the game, and we were all in my local. It was rammed. I left the pub when Ashley Cole scored because I thought, that's it, we're out now. I was down the road when I heard everyone cheering, so I ran back. Obviously, Terry had missed. We went through and everything, so we all drove down to Old Trafford. And I remember my two favourite memories are driving back and City had beaten us home and away. It's quite, topical at the minute. And on the way to the ground at Old Trafford, there's a guy who rang into the phone in City fans saying they might have won the Champions League in the league, but we're still the better team. And even the comments, like the presenter was like, "Mate, have a day off. Like, go to bed." So seriously, United have just won the Champions League. You're ringing up this nonsense. Come on, son. And we got there, and everyone was like kicking footballs about, near the Busby statue, just singing "Viva Ronaldo" for about 2 hours.
I remember it. I was in Clayton with my friends Barry, Alan.
Oh, Barry and Alan.
Barry and Alan. Do you know who they are?
Generic named mates?
Baz and Al.
Baz Riley and Alice Stevenson. Scott Shelton. We're all...
Scott was there?
Yeah, Scott Shelton. My mate's mate. My mate. I have friends,
I know you're not disputing that.
Watching the game, drinking, and when we all started breaking down when John said he was about to take the penalty. My mate went out the door. I was crying.
Like me. I'd gone.
I can't repeat what I said to John said. He scored it, you so-and-so.
Right.
Then he missed it, and the place went absolute bonkers. Absolute bonkers.
It was so good, that, mate. It was such a midnight.
I did have a few that night, and I was in work the next day. But when you're hungover at 2:30 in the afternoon, gets you through. Hey, Red Bull gives you bloody wings, doesn't it?
Preaching to the choir, talking about Mr. Red Bull over there.
What do they taste like? Right, I've been asked to read this comment out. Apparently, Jay Motti at 5-a-side would go into Paddock reserves at centre back. I'm not having that.
Mate, you missed my performance last night, mate. I was like a rock.
I've heard good things.
Right.
But weren't you playing against, let's say...
Right, let's stop there. We don't need to go into who I was playing against. I played well. That's all you need to know.
Right. Okay.
How long did you last?
The whole hour. Cam was very good, mate.
I should fucking think he is.
To be fair, the opposition wasn't the greatest, but he was,
Did he score?
He Sean Cousy. He scored. He scored like 90% of our goals. To be fair to the boy.
We was meant to be back in action tomorrow. Our game got called off last week for the snow. Remember the snow last week? No,
yes, Stretford Paddock this is, by the way, in case anyone was wondering.
Yeah.
There was a sprinkle for about 5 minutes and it went, didn't it?
So, Tameside Council closed the stadium. Got the word yesterday at 5 o'clock that the stadium's allowed to be back open. Hurrah! I mean, you lot weren't allowed to come, but the stadium was open, so we was meant to be playing tomorrow at the stadium. We can't play tomorrow at the stadium because Drozen have literally only been allowed in it today. The grass needs cutting, rolling, lining. There's a lot of prep needs to go into just turning up and playing football. Yeah. And it's a bit of a carpet at Drozen as well. It's a good pitch. So we're not playing there tomorrow. So in a strictly Saturday afternoon football league, we've moved it for telly.
You're playing Monday night football?
Playing Monday night at 8 o'clock. So if you want to come and watch us, you're doing now on Monday night, 8 o'clock, Wally Range. Wear a mask, be socially distanced, but you can come and watch.
So you can come and watch despite
free of charge.
You're allowed as long as you
as long as you wear a mask and all that. Stay socially distant. Don't look out.
Football.
Come down, watch a bit of live football. Watch the Paddock having it. It's at Right Robbie. Did I just say Wally Range? Sorry, it's at Right Robbie, not Wally Range. They both begin with a W.
ABA Right Robbie.
Yeah, Right Robinson School or Right Robinson College. I think it's named. If you want to have the correct one. That was the crack. Monday night we're having it. Also on Monday night as well, if you fancy it, concurrently, we have got an open trial going on as well. So we need your name for Track and Trace, or Track and Track as I tweeted last week. But for Track and Trace, we need your name. If you want to come down, you think you've got the techers to play for Paddock.
Or the reserves at centre-back.
Or the reserves at centre-back like Jay isn't going to. Then come down Monday 9 till 10 and come get in the mix and we'll see what you've got and see if you've got what it takes to play for the second best team in Stretford.
Right. Fair analogy there. Fair analysis even. Talk about the first best team in Stretford. I noticed on that thumbnail there was a Anthony Martial.
Yeah, Martial he's been very quiet lately, and I think the PSG game didn't help him. The misses thought were criminal, and I'm sorry, Adam. He's your boy, but he needs to start stepping up quick.
You've not been Mr. Martial's biggest fan for a little while, have you? Like, even going back to last season when he got his record goals for a season. You were a bit like
Well, no,
there's certain elements to his game, not overly critical, but let's be honest, certain elements to his game you were pointing out like
last season he scored goals.
Yeah,
my gut feeling is I don't think Ollie's having him.
Right.
That's been a gut feeling I've had for 18 months.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's a gut feeling. It's not like people are like, well, what? You're wrong. Well, it's a fucking gut feeling. How do you tell me my feelings are wrong? Yeah. I just feel like he's not having him, and I feel that because the way he signed Cavani, the way he tried to sign Haaland, that tells me he wants an archetype of a forward that Martial isn't. Now you can debate if you want, and I think it's a valid debate to have. Who would be better on the left? Would that be Rashford or would that be Martial? I think when Rashford's having an off game, at least you still get a defensive output from him. Whereas Tony, I think there's a lot of errors in his game, and if he's not scoring goals, that's literally what he's in the team to do. I mean, he didn't have a shot on target in the league for 4.5 hours of playing. It's not acceptable.
The thing is, right, and I like Tony Martial, I do, and I think he will come out of this slump that he's in, but I just don't envision a situation where you drop Marcus Rashford. I just don't get that in any way, shape or form.
It'd be nice if they did, actually, so he could actually heal up.
Yeah, no, other than, yeah, I get that. But I mean, the guy shits goals and assists. Like, almost every game he gives you a goal or an assist.
There's nobody in Europe, in the Champions League, scored more goals than him.
Yeah, and in the league, he scores goal and assist. And also, he's one of those players who, he can be having a bit of a stinker, Marcus. Let's have it right. Against Newcastle, misses a sitter. Against Southampton, not having a great game. Against PSG away, not having a great game. Yeah. Scores against Newcastle. Assists the winner against Southampton. Scores against PSG, almost the last kick of the game. Even when he's having a stinker, he'll produce something, and he won't let his head drop.
Igalo kind of showed
very rare.
Martial when he came.
No.
I forgot he's still here.
I think he's forgot he's still here. But Cavani, Cavani this year, Cavani should be clapped, really. Oh. He should be like, what is this? He should be Falcao. That's what we should have got when we got Cavani. But we've not. And because we haven't, it's like when people go, oh, Delo could play right wing. We've been starved for that long that we think a Kwarnberger's good.
Just lower, don't you? Right, mate? It's lowering your expectations to the point where you go, this player that, 2 years ago was nowhere near good enough. You lower your expectations. It's like, well, you know what? He's actually, tell you what, thinking about it, that Alex Butner, no, he's got a bit of a decent left foot. It's like, what are you on about?
With what we've had at left back lately, the reason why people was like, Ashley Young is a passable, no he ain't.
I'm not getting
Luke Shaw, passable, no he ain't. When you get someone like Tellers in, who's got his faults, you go, fucking hell, that's good, isn't it? Like, you like to do that, yeah. Yeah. You're allowed in the other half, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
been shown up. It was, we seen it coming last 2 away games, and I even said, if we play like we did first half, and we did, and we're in trouble, and we were basically out of it. And if it wasn't for the third goal getting disallowed after 30 minutes, we would have been dead and buried at half time.
Do you know what, right? I mean, you're right. And the start we had was shocking. And what it really worries me is, can't be going into a derby like this. Can't be having them.
Well, Ollie mentioned today that Martial's probably going to be, I think he said definitely involved. I think was his.
Yeah, I think
Cavani coming
that's
back.
Verbatim.
Well, he said Cavani's been on grass, and he didn't really give an answer on that. But he said Martial definitely involved. So whether he's off the bench or whether he actually starts, he is going to have a part to play in the derby. I don't have the confidence in him nicking a goal. I don't have any and I can't explain. It doesn't look like his movement's changed. It doesn't look like there's nothing where you can go, oh, like Joe and Lukaku put a bit of timber on. You go, well, just put a bit of timber on, and that's probably having all the knock-on effects to his game. You can't even point to that with Tony. I don't know what it is.
Well, he scored twice against them last season, home and away.
He's got a good record against them. Yeah.
He scored home and away last season, and he played well.
His finishing was always what you could rely on.
Yeah.
You put him in a place, he's a dead eye. But this year, he's not been a dead eye.
I'll give you one thing. I hate the whole Martial versus Rashford thing. It does matter him because we should be happy with the fact we bought both of them. But if you sort of talking about the pros and cons. I think Martial's the better finisher, but I think there's just there's more reasons to keep Rashford, especially on the left hand side. That's his spot.
It's not necessarily
where Martial should be making number 9 his spot, and I thought he had, to be fair. But now, going back to what you said earlier, there's question marks with Cavani coming in. Is like, if Ollie picks his strongest team, is Cavani's number 9? And there's because Igalo was never going to be the number 9 over Martial, was it? Especially after the season he had last season. But now there's a serious question there. If Cavani's fit, is he the number 9?
Undoubtedly.
And if he is, I don't see Marcus getting moved from the left. I wouldn't anyway. Maybe Ollie moves it to the right.
He can move it to the right to
because
accommodate all three.
He did a decent job in the second half before he got injured against PSG.
Just the fact that he's on the right, I don't think he's a good right winger, but the fact that he's on the right, it gives the defence something to worry about. Tony's finishing, I don't know if it is like his actual inside the box finishing is better. I just think he takes better care with his shot selection. Like he shoots from higher chance areas.
Right.
Whereas Marcus pulls the trigger from fucking all over the gaff sometimes, doesn't he? And you're like, that was never going in. I mean, it's a worldie if it does, but let's relax.
The near post 40-yarder is his favourite, innit? Where you're like, especially when he's frustrated.
Yeah,
like
35-yard out.
Yeah.
Almost a tapping Marcus. Yeah. I see where you went with that.
Keeper's got the near post covered, but I'll have a go anyway.
Just like against Tottenham last season. Yeah.
But that is the problem. It's the same with the knuckleball free kicks. They fly in and you go, wow, but they're so low percentage. I think Ronaldo's completion rate he is the literal poster boy for the knuckleball free kick. He's like a 6% conversion.
People forget that. I remember seeing a stat where for Portugal it was ridiculous. It was like he went, I think it's 23 games or something without a goal from a free kick, and during that time he took about 100, and then he scored that one in the World Cup, which is basically, maybe David De Gea should have done a bit better. But everyone's got Ronaldo and free kicks, never misses.
Yeah,
he's literally missed 99 on a spin.
Yeah. That's the thing, and that's the thing with where Marcus shoots from. It's the same technique and everything.
Yeah.
And one of them's going to fly in, a la like Portsmouth or something like that. And you'd be like, mate, the Chelsea one, right? What are you doing shooting from? In all seriousness, someone would have been like, what are you doing? Why are you shooting from here?
Right.
Don't do, he's gone in. Oh, fuck it, I want to go.
Do you know what? I'd have loved to have been on a watch along there for us to be on a watch along, because that was peak time where you would have been like, mate, he's got to stop shooting from these. He's got to stop doing it. All of us would have been the same, even though we love him.
He scored one in the Champions League, I think it was against Wolfsburg in the last minute, and that was a cracker.
That's the thing, though. You remember them. Yeah. You don't remember the ones that knocked old ladies off in Tier 2.
It was with my nephew. That was his first United game. Me and my dad, my nephew, and he was like, wow, he's 8 years old, and this was buzzing. It was buzzing for him. It's moments like that you remember.
I know we're talking about Martial, but I just want to ask, because a lot of people are mentioning in the comments, or one person's mentioning him a lot, I can't really tell. But I want to get you two guys' takes on Harry Maguire, because he's been in the spotlight a little bit. And I just wonder whether you think that's fair or not. He's been in the spotlight, not for good things. He's been getting a lot of criticism.
It's a good game, but he doesn't do a good game. He's all talk at the moment.
Harry Maguire?
Yeah, that's what I think. And I'm getting sick. I love him. Yeah. But I'm getting sick of it. He's just, we have responsibilities. It's not good enough. Well, you start fucking shouting on the pitch and start fucking being a captain and start doing what you're doing. They're just fucking standing there and doing nothing.
I think there's more to being a captain than just shouting. I'd rather
communication.
I'd rather he actually organised his defence, because I don't know why Matic didn't close that. I can't remember who it was. Crossed it for Angelino's goal. But
Wan-Bissaka, he was caught in the back post.
But he was also about 10 yards further forward. Like, there wasn't a line there. And he wasn't getting back into position. And it doesn't feel like he organised his defence. Like, at Paddock FC, we've got an old bloke. Basically, he's younger than me, but he's old. Parker plays at centre half. The lads that play alongside him go, oh my God, he just guides you through the game. It's amazing play. And this is a guy that only played... That was like me
at five-a-side.
This is a guy that only played Northern Prem level, but the level in difference is bringing everyone in our side up. And I don't think Harry Maguire does that. He runs around looking like he's just trying to focus on his own game, and it doesn't look to me like he's... is he telling Wan-Bissaka what to do? And put yourself in like Rio Ferdinand's shoes. Rio Ferdinand, I think, would walk you through a game. Like, I think
you watch him.
Yeah, and I think Vidic and Rio worked, because I think Rio was the communicator and the organizer, and Vidic was the henchman of.
But if you ever see them on like a free kick, someone's taking a free kick 40 yards out or a corner, or whatever, they're relentless.
Yeah.
I mean, watch him. You ever get a chance, look at some of the old goals or whatever, old videos. Sorry, the non-stop, mate. Like constantly
moving.
Yeah, like chess pieces. Like no, whoa. And like people like know where they need to be and who they're watching and what they're doing and everything. It's unbelievable. Whereas with Lindelof and Maguire, and go on, we'll throw in Shaw and Wan-Bissaka in the mix as well, and De Gea while we're at it. He was talking there.
Yes, goalkeeper. Fucking thank you. You don't have to be Peter Schmeichel and literally like in people's faces. But United have been conceding at corners and from wide free kicks. Look at the Southampton one, right? What's Marcus Rashford's injury?
His shoulder.
Right. Did you see what... Was it Vestergaard that was marking him?
I can't remember, mate. I'm not going to lie to you.
So you put an injured Marcus Rashford, who's shit in the air. Let's be real. That's one of his weaknesses.
Yeah.
He ain't a header. He ain't Vidic.
No.
You put him front post with a centre half. Now, if you notice, just before the ball comes in, that centre half grabs his sore arm, his sore shoulder, and pulls it across him. So pulls Marcus out of the way, pulls his injured arm out of the way, and then he's in space and he wins a header. And you go, fuck. Like, but why is Marcus Rashford being put there? Now, that's on the coaching staff. Ollie don't get away with this either. You've got to protect Marcus there.
Yeah.
And you've also got to put your fucking people who can head a ball there. Like, that's not acceptable.
No.
Like, why aren't we going centre half for centre half? They don't have a big centre forward. So, who the fuck are you marking, Harry?
Yeah.
Especially front post. Front post is dangerous. You've got to have one of your good headers there, whether that's Pogba, because actually that's the strength of his, whether that's Matic, because that's the strength of his, or whether it's your two centre-halves. You've got to identify where's the ball likely to come. One of your centre-halves needs to be like middle of the goal kind of range, maybe like back half of the penalty spot. The other's got to cover that front post. That's your two strongest headers, usually, is your centre-halves. They've got to get their fucking napper on something. And then your other tall players protect them. A centre-forward with an injured shoulder going up against the centre-half is ridiculous. And De Gea's at fault for that. Maguire's at fault for that. Rashford's at fault for that. He needs to put his hand up, his good one, and say, why am I marking a centre-half? This is a mismatch.
Yeah.
Yo, and for all our people like, well, you should be a pro. Oh, that just means I'm a fucking good header of the ball now, does it? Let's just accept the weaknesses that I've got. Like, hang on. Like Dan James. Can you imagine Dan James was playing left wing instead of Marcus, and it's just our left winger goes front post? Well, what a waste of a fucking mark that is.
Yeah.
Oh, Matter. Good one. Not even with a step ladder and an umbrella is he getting his fucking head on that.
You could see it Tuesday. I mean, Luke Shaw ran back, and you could literally deter, and he's going like that. Fuck's sake.
Who was?
You could see it.
Who was saying that?
Luke Shaw was saying it to Wan-Bissaka. Fuck's sake.
I think someone tweeted. I can't remember what it was. Someone tweeted it saying, "If you want to know how bad the night's going for Wan-Bissaka, he's just been bollocks off Luke Shaw," which I thought was quality. That's when you know you've hit rock bottom.
Luke Shaw, like our entire defence had dropped into about level with the penalty spot. Luke Shaw was in the D. He was centre half. It's like herding cats.
It is, mate, and. I think the thing is with Wan-Bissaka, I think he had a very good spell up until lockdown. Plus, he's a new signing, 50 million quid. He's not going anywhere. Harry Maguire's not going anywhere. Not when Ollie's manager. He isn't. He's not going to drop him. He's a captain. He's an 80 million quid signing. He ain't going to drop him. I don't think Lindelof's going anywhere. Luke Shaw, he's been in now for 6 years, 7 years. We're still having this debate whether he's up to it, whether he's good enough. The mistakes he's making, people getting angry about him, getting subbed because you're not playing well enough, so someone else has got to come on and do your job for you in a must-win game. He's just not up to it, man. And I know he's an easy target. I hate pylons because everyone is in it, like Phil Jones and all that sort of stuff. But you got to look at it, and you look. Brandon Williams, there's a debate going on there. Alex Tellers, there's a debate going on. Alex Tellers cost pennies, and he's just come into the team. Already there's a debate going on whether he should be in ahead of Luke Shaw. Brandon Williams is a child who, basically jumped the gun and got in the team a year before anyone had predicted it, or even thought he'd be in the squad. And there's a debate going on whether he's better than Luke Shaw. If we're having them debates, that tells me Luke Shaw's not good enough. Yeah. Sorry, it does. And I know United fans can have debate about anything, but you get where I'm coming from. Because we keep having this same discussion about Luke Shaw, and we've been having it since 2016.
Yeah,
what we're going to do? We're going to be sat here in 2029 going, just give him one more season. He might be 35, and you know what I mean? He's not in a good spell yet.
He's got experience.
Yeah. No, man, he's just not up to it. How many teams does he get in the top half of the table? Top half?
He could get in. He might do a job at maybe Tottenham. Maybe that's
really over Reguilon. Not a chance. Not a fucking chance. We tried to sign.
Ben Davies still there.
We tried to sign Tottenham's left back to replace Luke Shaw,
and they fucked him off to Newcastle.
I mean, Tuesday night. Ollie Solskjaer got the selection wrong, and I will bollock him for that. But I'm not going to go fucking all this hatred for him to want him being replaced.
I mean,
he's fucked up a few times this season. Well, yeah. You've seen it. He's done well, then he's done wrong, and if he gets it fucking wrong tomorrow,
people made mistakes.
I know individual.
I don't know when everyone became so perfect that you're not allowed to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. Mistakes every fucking day.
Yeah.
But now football managers can't make mistakes. Jesus Christ! I wish players got the same level of treatment.
But
listen, no, I don't actually.
Regardless of where you stand on all that, I don't think now into this season, after finishing third last season, and the run we had from sort of January onwards, to this season where are we fifth, a point above City at the minute?
Yeah,
where, okay, we're out of the Champions League, I get that, but where you look at it and go, right, now he deserves to be sacked. That doesn't make any sense to me. I'll be with you, right? I'll admit that at the end of the season, we're looking at, we finished mid-table, we finished out of the top 4, and you think this team isn't moving forward, then yeah, he could be in trouble and he might have to go. But not now. That doesn't, and this the sort of idea that, oh, well, you know, someone will come in, some of the names there, I saw Nagelsmann, like, he's not going to come in now.
Do you think anyone would accept us losing away at Leipzig 5-0?
No.
Like that guy just did?
I know.
Like that, did you not, I'm pretty sure it happened, I watched it.
Yeah. It's like...
Ollie's not good enough because he lost 3-2 to them.
Yeah.
But that guy, that's good enough because he lost 5-0 to us.
Yeah.
And for all the people that was like, Jose would never have allowed a game to get away from him. Like, no, you're right, actually. He wouldn't have been 2-0 down after 20 minutes. I think it was 24 minutes when Jose was 2-0 down. They lost to them 1-0 and 3-0 in the quarterfinals of last year's Champions League, I think it was. Then Nagelsmann went on and beat Atletico and then ended up in the semis.
PSG won it.
Mate,
Yeah,
the whole Josie thing... people go on to Devils, what was Devils, sorry, now Paddock obviously, but your thing after the Sevilla game, watch that and just remember that, or watch the actual game if you can put yourself in torture. Don't tell me Jose Mourinho always got it right in them games, because that Sevilla 2-legger was pathetic.
Yeah,
and
it was
fucking ridiculous.
And we go for it, man. Let's not forget this. All of the people who was like, I don't mind losing if we go for it. Well, fuck me, we go for it. We go for it.
Yeah.
Jose has had like 0.0 expected goals in some second halves and been well happy with it. Like,
made Ben Yedder look like Lionel Messi's better.
Yeah.
Mate.
No, we go for it. We actually go for it. We, like, when you was under Jose, you knew we was going to go, like, we'd go to the Etihad this weekend if we were playing there, and we would say, we might scrape a 0-0 win out of this. Whereas, actually... Maybe we're not the most confident going into it this weekend. But I guarantee you this, that silly little Norwegian PE teacher is trying to find a way to win this. He ain't trying to find a way to not lose it. He's sitting there going, I think we can win this game. Now, you might not agree with how he does it. You might not agree with the formation he uses, the players he uses, or how he goes about doing it. But you can't deny he's going to go try it.
Jacob O.C. there. Remember when we lost 1-0 to Juventus and he made no subs? On the Jose thing, yeah. Which is, yeah. I mean,
that's what you call making a late sub. Ollie don't make subs quick enough. Jose didn't make subs.
We'll just lose this one. That's my
Are you going to change anything?
No. But you've got that midfielder you just bought for 56 million quid. He's sat on the bench there.
Nope.
No. And then he literally, after the game, goes, I didn't have any midfielders. But that one you bought was sat, no. Come on. Listen, you can argue about Ollie all you want, but let's not rewrite history and pretend that Jose Mourinho was the sort of manager that always got it right in Europe and absolutely went for it when you needed to, because he just didn't.
Yeah, let's go to Anfield and play one up front, or Lukaku up front, and pet
Do you know what?
fucking Bush.
Like,
While we're chasing the league at the start of that season.
I heard, I don't know if you know this, I heard through the grapevine that a lot of the players, that was a turning point for them at Anfield.
Was that the grey kit one?
Under Jose, the 0-0.
Yeah, because we had a good run up to that.
And a lot of what we're keen to attack and
see the
thought we
difference
should be
that
going at
season.
it because we were flying and we had, as far as they were concerned, you know, Lukaku, Martial, Rashford, everyone was all. I know some of the players on the bench, but we were having and it was like Jose was like, you know, the usual, like, if two of you don't get booked for time wasting in the first half, I'm going to go berserk. And it was like, we're united.
Even Jose's 7... Cam, Google this so I get these right for us. Jose Mourinho's 7 footballing rules, I think it's called.
Right.
It's basically like whoever has the ball has fear. Like,
Right, okay.
what? Like, he thinks it's easier to control a game when you don't have the ball. So Cam's going to get these up on, hopefully, if he was listening. Get these up on the screen for us and I'll read them out for you.
I would...
He talks about fear a lot, and that's not... Actually, Fergie used to talk about fear, and it was about having no fear.
Yeah.
And it was about not being worried. Here we go. So the game is won by the team who commits the fewest errors. Wow, exciting. Football favours whoever provokes more errors in the opposition. Away from home, instead of trying to be superior to the opposition, it's better to encourage their mistakes. Number 4, whoever has the ball is more likely to make a mistake. Whoever renounces possession reduces the possibility of a mistake. Whoever has the ball has fear. Therefore, whoever doesn't have it is thereby stronger.
So by that rationale, we dominated the 2009 Champions League final.
I remember when
They were shitting it. They had so much ball, they had a fucking nervous breakdown.
he played so defensive against Barcelona when he was at Inter. Remember that Barcelona.
I'll give him
But he got through.
Yeah, I don't mind that. He got
Battered
through.
him.
Winning
Got
is
through.
winning.
Yeah, and you know, in that Europa League run where we won it, don't forget, mate, we had some hairy moments there. Celta Vigo was one.
Yeah,
But
right,
he
yeah.
did the job, and all everyone remembers is Stockholm and winning. And actually, our
Winning
best performance
is
probably that season
winning.
was
Winning
against
is winning.
Ajax.
And not for all the fucking style of play merchants, yeah, Arteta's got a style of play. Enjoy that shit in a relegation battle next week. Like, winning is winning.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes to do the job. There you go. Well, Fergie was here 30 years. What was his style of play? They'll say, fucking wingers. But it wasn't. It was fluid as fuck, especially if you go look at that 2007 to like 2011 side.
Well, look at that, right? That team you just mentioned, and compare it to 93, 94. Not the same style.
Is it fuck?
Have you got an Andrei
not the same
Kanchelskis and Ryan Giggs? Is Ronaldo hugging the touchline when he gets the ball? Is Wayne Rooney? No.
Two-man midfield.
Yeah, like no, it's not the same. Like he didn't just go.
And
This is my
Berbatov as
blueprint,
well.
and from 1987 just carried it until 2013. Of course, it changed.
And
Football
all it
changed, and
is,
he did with it.
Fergie was a motivator, but he wasn't a tactician. My fucking hoop, he wasn't.
God.
Are you mad?
That's just hipster nonsense.
Just absolutely
Are
ridiculous.
these all? Is this happening?
Wow, are you like all just joined the members that quick?
Sorry.
All right, okay. So cheers to all the new members that we've just had joining. If you'd like to be a member, then you got the opportunity to win yourself a PlayStation 5, as it says below. All you got to do to enter is join.
That's it.
That's it.
PlayStation 5s.
Worldwide, like Pitbull.
Andy Tate loves the PlayStation 5, don't you?
Yeah, I do it. Yeah, I've got a nice PS5 now. Took me picture with it. I'm looking forward to playing on it. I'm still Xbox, mate.
I'm
so-
still Atari.
Further to the message earlier where I said that we're looking for people to come and trial for Paddock FC, just like a guy was saying, hey, my name is Trim. I am from Norway. Can I try out? Here's the thing, because I got a lot of people saying this. Can I come and try out? I'm from fucking insert random place. You can try out if you can get to Manchester to train and play 3 times a week.
Like, if he wants to fly over from Norway to
Hell of a commute.
have a trial,
And I don't know what the quarantine rules are.
yeah, and
Hell of a
if he's
commute.
allowed legally, then
Yeah,
fair play to
then
him.
you crack on.
Yeah,
But, you have to pay subs. It's an amateur team. Figure it out, stupid. I'll question your decision making if you think flying over from Norway 3 times a week is a good idea. But, it is what it is.
What are these all new members here?
Yep. Cheers to everybody joining the members. It looks like it's gone absolutely nuts. Curious that the players who sabotaged Jose are still at it. Pogba being... I don't know actually...
He has got a point.
about if
He has got a
Pogba
point.
sabotaged Jose. I'm not sure that's true.
Oh,
I think the problem. I
Give
don't
me an
think he's
example.
sabotaged.
Yes and no.
I think the problem happened was
I don't think he was consistent under him. But I don't think he sabotaged.
in 2018 when Pogba won the World Cup. Right, my sort of hope, I can only speak for myself, was that right, he's won the World Cup. He's going to come back from Russia, and he's going to be like, right, conquered the world internationally, nationally. I want to get into this, get this team back to where it belongs, get this club firing. Let's let's win the Premier League. Let's do this. But he didn't. He came back with almost reverse attitude of. He came back. He was angry at Jose Mourinho because of whatever comments that Jose made during the World
Yeah,
Cup.
that spat
Didn't
on the
want to be
pitch.
here. Yeah, was like, don't want to be here.
Training ground.
This isn't for me. I'm better than this. Almost like with some of the comments, or whatever.
But the Instagram thing from Jose
Right, and it
was Jose trying to make it play out in the press, and it was bollocks. You didn't need to speak to him the way he did like that.
No.
Like, you remember it, don't you, when he grips him on the training pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Starts talking to him about his Instagram.
And you see Paul.
But there was
trying to
wasn't just
defend
that,
himself.
there
Time in a fucking place. He knows the cameras are there too.
Oh mate, there was with them two. I'm not going to blame Pogba. I'm not going to blame Jose. There was a lot of it from both of them. I mean, Jose was losing the plot for starters in a way that Pogba wasn't.
Well, I know some
Do you know
stuff
what I mean?
had gone on.
Yeah,
Let's just say
it was like Pogba wasn't the only one. Like Jose lost it with Martial. He lost it. He criticised all the youngsters. Yeah,
his Instagram posts are banned. Though, to be fair.
he lost it. He had. But then there was the thing where it did get a little bit where it was unnecessary. Like the thing where Pogba was like, if I speak, I'll get fined. You don't need to say that. And then I was at the press conference where Jose was addressing that. He's like, I don't know what he's on about. I've got no idea who speaks to him. He can say what he wants. He's not going to get fined. I think I've fined one player since I've been here.
And I know.
And then he questioned
There was a game.
Things happened in summer in 2018 when they was on tour.
Yeah.
Jose wanted some things, changed the plan supposedly of what was meant to happen.
I've heard this. Someone say
Jose lost
told me,
the fucking plot with what was going on, and then just became unapproachable, unworkable, and was just waiting to get sacked. And we filmed Jose's Gone video in October.
We did know
Iced it for 2 months.
He went after the Liverpool game, didn't he?
Sorry, I
Because the Liverpool game was a Sunday night.
Yeah.
We got back here. We started late on the Monday because I think I've been in London for the Liverpool game. We came in on the Monday. We filmed the ender to it and we put it out at tea time. And he got sacked the next morning.
That's me.
I was like, "Did you know?" Like, nah.
Anyone knew. Like,
just fucking thought that was.
As soon as I saw like Ander Herrera in a back three, and Scott McTominay a back three a week later, and Lindelof getting subbed. You know what I mean? You thought
bringing Fellaini on with 20 minutes to go against Liverpool, and you need a goal to it. You need an equaliser.
I mean,
no offence, but yeah,
it was just. It wasn't happening, was it? But I think my point, going back to the Pogba thing, was I don't blame Pogba for getting Jose sacked. I think there was a lot of reasons. I think Jose was the architect of his own downfall, to be honest with you. He lost it.
I don't think he was as tough. Like, him and Jose fell out. Yeah. I don't think he... Like, there was things I was hearing, like Pogba's saying stuff like, fuck this guy, but like play for the club and play for the badge. And I was like pretty impressed with that. That's good leadership at the time.
Yeah.
Where that is now, I don't fucking know. And with what his agent's coming out and saying, there's no excuse. You can't defend. And for all the people like, well, he doesn't control what his agent says. No, he literally does. That's literally like, if I had an agent and my agent was gobbing off saying, no, Steve don't want to be here, he wants to go work for TalkSport, I'm like, what are you doing, you dickhead? No, I don't.
Yeah.
Like,
which is your employee, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like if your cleaner comes around and smashes up your house, you're not going to keep employing him, are you? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he can say,
why did you shit on my carpet? Yeah. Well, I thought you'd want me to. Why would you think that?
He did this in January. If you look at it, was it February? A couple of days before the Chelsea game.
Every single international break he does it. Can't remember who said it to me, actually. I don't know if it was you, actually, but... I think it was... Never mind. It was... someone said he might be contracted to talk to one of the national broadcasters in France, because it's like... Every time he's like walks in on international duty, puts on the fucking tricolour and goes, "Give me that mic."
Yeah. But even like
it's getting a circus
right, let's up.
United, don't get me started on them. Tell you what, I love Madrid.
It's getting a circus now, and I just want parting of the ways.
It's sad because
I've just had enough of him. I've got nothing against him. He's flat to deceive. And to me, he's more image. People will give me. The Pogba fan club will give me grief. And I've had grief over the last 7 days. But it's an opinion, so deal with it. I get he's popular. I've heard he's popular in the dressing room. And that's fair enough.
Yeah,
but
and influential in the dressing room.
Influential.
Well, where the players at with this, though? Because, all right, he might be a good guy to be around and influential, and people may respect the fact that when you're in a team with him, he plays really well. But you've got to be looking at this thinking, mate, this is just dramas again.
All right,
and that's got to affect you. You think, yeah, but you say the Wayne Rooney things, right? But Wayne Rooney went on with Wayne Rooney didn't go on and off for 2 years. There was an instant. No, but there was an instance.
No, and I also think the performance level of Wayne Rooney in a United shirt
in a week, it was started within a week.
Within a week, and then again.
I need to get this out before everyone just dives on me. The Rooney performance level was never like what Pogba's is. You pretty much. I've never gone into a game going, I wonder what Rooney turns up today.
Oh, he gave everything that season. Well, he gave everything that season, Rooney.
At one point where he was getting criticism, he flew into a tackle, a challenge, I think trying to block a shot, that almost severed one of his arteries in his leg, do you remember?
Yeah.
And it was like, you're going to question this guy's commitment.
Did he have to wear the bra on his head?
Yeah, it's like, you can criticise Wayne Rooney for a lot of things, but I don't think, regardless of where he was with his contracts, you could question his commitment.
Fuck's sake, I'd kill for him back here now. I don't think he was as appreciated as he could have been at the time.
He wasn't 100%.
Because we had the real golden boy in Ronaldo, which I think he did get appreciated when we had him. But Rooney was a hair underneath how good he was.
I think Rooney was like, everyone. There was always the conversation about Messi and Ronaldo, and I think Rooney was in the next tier. But people look at that and go, you're not quite at that level. But those two.
Oh, they just set a new level. They created their own category.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're top of the other level,
top world class players, which the likes of Rooney and Kaká were in, and then don't worry about them, they're weird. But there was some series of players in there where you just like fucking Christ. And Rooney, I don't think he ever placed in Ballon d'Or rankings, but he was second or third best player in the world a couple of times. Like I think 06, 07, because United never really did anything in Europe that year. Although I think we get to the semis.
We beat Roma, didn't we? 7-1.
Oh yeah, we got
AC
taken,
Milan.
didn't we, by Milan?
Yeah, Rooney scored the winner. We won 3-2.
Oh mate, you just took me right back.
Rooney in the last minute. The defence.
I ended up in a different postcode at that goal, me.
Kaká at Old Trafford and the Rooney winner. Then we got absolutely
when we
spit roasted.
All our defenders were injured and we rushed them back. Then we Rio was injured and Vidic, I think we brought him back in because it was Hines and O'Shea, I think.
Oh, Hines was just trying to murder people for some reason. I don't know if that was when we told him he worked in Liverpool. Because he was just trying to tackle people like, are you going to keep it fair? Nah, going at waist height, fuck him.
Rooney's peak was like 09-10 because he was flying. We beat AC Milan, then he'd done a... Munich.
It wasn't for those two injuries. He got the injury against Munich, which for me stopped him winning the Champions League that season.
We would have won the Champions League. Winning the league as well.
And also in 2004 when he got injured against Portugal, I think he could have won the Euros that season and it would have been down to him. Those 2 seasons, if he'd have won the Euros and won the Champions League as the main man,
I remember because there was rumours of us buying him, but we didn't actually sign till like the October or something weird, wasn't it?
United made their move only because Newcastle threw in a bid.
Imagine Rooney at Newcastle. But I remember like watching the World Cup, like fucking hell, he's so good. Wow. And that was like
Croatia.
Rooney was just given like the Januzaj 13-14 treatment. Like you just fucking do what you want, son. We'll figure out everything else. You crack on. And he was like, so I can shoot, and I can dribble, and I can kick people, All right, fucking gangster. He was so good. Like, angry, off his fucking nut Rooney was mint. He should have never got married. He should have just been an absolute wild man, the new George Best. It'd have been fucking sensational.
That goal against Newcastle's my favourite. Even over the Derby one.
Just arguing with the ref. Probably calling him a... See you next Tuesday, and then absolutely, you see what I just said.
I'm proud of you, mate. I'm so proud of you, mate. There,
and he shows absolutely wellied it into the corner.
Himself. Well done.
Wazza would have died on the pitch. Pogba wouldn't do that, but that's a testament to Wayne's character. A character he missed now. A character the game misses now.
Yeah,
let's have it right.
I don't think you can necessarily.
You name me another player in that mould right now.
Nobody.
Thank you.
Comes to mind.
I'm struggling.
The closest one, and it's 10% of the way there. Is Brandon. Imagine Brandon with Pogba's ability. You're getting halfway there.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like that.
No, it's something different.
I mean, will Pogba be in the squad tomorrow? I mean,
definitely.
Of course he will.
Of course he fucking will. Otherwise, and here's the problem, right? He's got you by the balls. Because if he's not, you'll hear about it tonight. Because when Ollie's like, anyway, here's my team for tomorrow. Because they'll have a meeting probably now, right, about the team for tomorrow. You'll know about it in the next hour. Because he'll be sat in the back like, fuck this. Mino.
Yeah, he'll be in the squad.
If he goes in January, so be it. If he goes, he goes.
I think we already replaced him with Bruno.
If he dies, he dies.
I think we already replaced him with Bruno.
Exactly.
Fuck him off.
You shaking your head?
Get Sal Niguez in and win everything.
Bruno's the main man now.
Would you take Haaland, though, knowing you've got to deal with that fucking idiot?
Of course I would.
Fuck up, no.
Of course I would.
No.
Do you think I'm going to care about whose agent they've got when Haaland's banging in about 12 goals a game? I don't give a shit.
But then it's every fortnight. Mind you, he don't give interviews because he's a fucking cyborg.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, this goal isn't that good because Mino Real.
Erling, would you one day like to play for Real Madrid?
Maybe. He's getting better, though. If he's sitting better.
Some
of them are awkward,
he said 2-word sentences
he has got a little bit better.
So we're getting for two.
Sometimes.
We're getting for 2 years and he starts kicking off. His agent starts kicking off. I want to go to Real Madrid, Barcelona. Nah.
Do you know what's going to be? Here's the sickener, because I guarantee this is how it goes down. Because of his old man's relationship with Dirty Leeds and Dirty City, if you do sign Erling Haaland, it's not Madrid.
He's going to City.
He's going to City. That is the craziest transfer of all time. £150 million, Erling Haaland, Manchester United's record goal scorer after 3 seasons, going to Manchester City.
Maybe, yeah.
No, he will go from Dortmund.
Yeah.
He will go from Dortmund to City. That's what I think.
I don't know. City don't tend to buy the world record fees, though. I know they spend lots of money. I'm not believe it. No,
They need to replace Aguero soon.
Pep's not on the cheap, mate. What are you talking about?
Shoestring.
Shoestring.
He's a Sean Dyche of the Northwest. Of Manchester, because Burnley is the Northwest, isn't it?
First Manchester derby with no fans tomorrow. No one's, and that was our last game, wasn't it?
Fucking, that's gone full circle.
Fucking hell. Memories. Last minute.
Let's go. I saw in the flesh for United.
Odi Nagalo earned his wages that night.
Place was rocking.
Yeah. Show Marshall up.
Place was rocking, absolutely rocking. Mate. It was a day and a half for me to remember.
Did I get drunk?
Obviously you did.
I went to a Comic-Con in Liverpool in the morning, Liverpool Comic-Con, on the day of the derby, straight from work, was back in Manchester for 3:30, dropped all my stuff off. Jay texts me, you get your ass to Old Trafford, got my nephew, we went straight to Old Trafford and watched the game. And that was a fucking day and a half, that I tell you.
Oh, football, bloody
depressing, isn't it? Yeah.
We won't see Old Trafford till next August.
On that note,
we'll go watch the Paddock now.
Up the Paddock.
Monday night, 8 o'clock. Right, Robbie, free of charge. Wear a mask. Don't stand near me. And and go watch Paddock. Hopefully, 3 points, top of the fucking league. And if you think you've got the techers and want to come and try out for us, 9 o'clock on Monday, so like half time in the game. So watch the first half and then go and train for the second half. It's on the next pitch. We're having a trial on the next pitch, so bring yourself down.
I'll be down there.
Also, check out the membership. Come and join the 12 days of Paddock. Tomorrow after the game, we've got a new show, live reaction show. It's going to be live for about 14 hours after the game, so make sure to tune in after that. We'll be ringing some of you guys up. We've got some journalists ringing up, all that mod shit going on. So from Jay, from Andy, from myself, see you guys in the next one. Laters.
Head over to stretfordpaddock.bigcartel.com and check out the Paddock merch. And for a short time, you can get 20% off orders with 2 items or more using the code Paddock20. Go get on it.